distracting the enemy's attention and luring enemies towards themselves to provide protection or decoy for teammates is one of the key roles in every aspect of a team. In this video, we're excited to share some of the important guidelines regarding our new tank hero, which is Gloo the Swamp Spirit. What's up guys, Josh here for Yuga Tech, and welcome to another episode of Yuga Tech Gaming. Let's get started. So Gloo is a mischievous troublemaker and is composed of mysterious creatures that all merge as one. He is the 20th tank that has ever been created in Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and has crowd control and regen capabilities that are good enough to outmaneuver enemies during team fights. He can also focus on targeting specific key heroes using his unique abilities and even relocate them towards your enemies for an easy follow-up. So let's start with his skills. Now Gloo has a passive skill called Stick, which is basically a crowd control skill where it lets you heal. Enemies gain a stack of Sticky each time they're hit by Gloo's skills, decreasing movement speed by 6% for 6 seconds and stacks up to 5. Each stack of Sticky on an enemy reduces their damage dealt with Gloo by 8%. For active skills, Gloo's first skill is called Slam, which should be good for some crowd control. It's an AoE skill, so this can damage more than just one enemy. Gloo reaches out and slams the ground, dealing 360 to 560 magic damage to the enemy. On the final location, a goo is left behind, and after 3 seconds, it explodes to deal 270 to 420 magic damage to nearby enemies, immobilizing them for 1 second. Gloo's second skill, Pass, is another crowd control skill that should be a lot of help to you and your team. Gloo stretches forth to deal 360 to 510 magic damage to enemies in its path, immobilizing them for 0.5 seconds. Now if this skill hits a goo, Gloo will charge over to it, dragging enemies in its path over with it. That's pretty cool. And finally, Gloo's third skill is called Split, which is probably one of his coolest ones. Gloo splits into 12 for up to 10 seconds. They each have 25% HP, and during this time, all goos can move together freely as they increase their movement speed by 25%. Gloo recovers 4 to 5% of his max HP every 1 second, and deals 120 magic damage every quarter of a second to target its impacts. Use the second skill when you're low with HP, and if your enemy is under the turret, cause that should be a lot of help. As for his Grab skill, Gloo attaches itself to a target enemy hero with full sticky stacks, immediately regaining 30 to 35% of its own max HP, during which it casts skills with cooldown times halved but cannot move. Basic attacks deal 120 magic damage at its current location, and 80% of the damage it receives is transmitted to its host as magic damage, and 20% of this is regained as its HP. It lasts 9 seconds, but doesn't include damage from turrets, so keep that in mind. Gloo can also choose to leave the host before the effect duration is over. Now if you want to play Gloo as a hard tank, the custom tank emblem set is the best alternative for his emblem configuration. Vitality will grant you additional HP, which will help you to chase the enemies easily. Inspire will provide you with cooldown reduction, which will help you deal more damage in the ultimate state. And Concussive Blast will help you deal 125 extra magic damage to nearby enemies after 1 second using the basic attack. To sum up everything with his abilities, Gloo is the best to use using these type of builds: Courage Mask, Warrior Boots, Dominance Ice, Cursed Helmet, Immortality, and lastly, Athena's Shield. As for his spare equipment, you should consider Antique Cuirass and Brute Force Breastplate. Gloo has a lot of crowd control abilities strong enough to distract enemy jungle. You should try to invade as safely as possible for your core jungle, and be patient to execute your dive abilities properly to harass your enemies effectively. With Gloo, you can protect your core at all times, which is the main foundation for a tank/support role. Another tip is to spam skill 1 plus skill 2 often to close the gap between enemies and then immobilize them to control the situation. Ulti is more effective when you tower dive, so always let your smaller goos go in first. In this way, the tower will target them first to maximize your tankiness in the game. So creativity and accuracy with this combination are always important. And lastly, on Gloo, we've considered that he is a relatively new hero/character, and we have a lot of things to learn from his capabilities, especially in this current meta. For sure, more updates will follow if Moontoon will decide to nerf or revamp him. Drafting him at this early stage might cause some confusion for your teammates and enemies, especially in the ranked games, so only try to use him in practice mode with your squads for familiarization. But what do you guys think about this new character? Let us know in the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com and Yugatech Gaming for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Josh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.